Welcome to my presentation on Philadelphia and the health disparity of HIV and AIDS stigma. This analysis shows how the film reflects real-world issues and what can be done today to address them. Philadelphia was directed by Jonathan Demme, and it tells the story of Andrew Beckett, who was a successful lawyer fired after his firm discovered that he had AIDS. Through his legal battle and the evolving support of Joe Miller, the film shows both overt and subtle forms of discrimination. The healthcare disparity depicted is the HIV and AIDS stigma, which is a pressing issue that has affected millions through fear, misinformation, and systemic injustice. HIV and AIDS refers to the social devaluation and discrimination faced by people living with the virus. It affects healthcare access, mental well-being, and legal rights, especially for marginalized groups like the LGBTQ+ individuals and the racial minorities. The film centers on Andrew's experience of being wrongfully terminated. We witness direct discrimination and indirect prejudice, especially in his initial struggle to find legal representation. Joe Miller's initial fear reflects public sentiment of the time. Social fear of AIDS, homophobic attitudes, and corporate avoidance of controversy all play a huge role in this disparity. Economic insecurity and legal vulnerability compound the effects. Andrew's deterioration is both physical and emotional, yet he maintains dignity and determination. Joe's journey from prejudice to allyship shows how exposure and empathy can dismantle the ignorance. The portrayal is grounded in reality. In the early 90s, nearly 50% of Americans supported limiting the rights of people with AIDS. Legal cases showed a pattern of discriminatory firing similar to Andrew's. Philadelphia avoids simplistic portrayals, presenting a nuanced and human perspective on individuals living with HIV and AIDS. Andrew embodies competence, articulation, and empathy, a strong contrast to the fear-based stereotypes that were all going on during that time. Policies like the ADA and CDC campaigns have made progress. Public education, and there's even nonprofits now that have improved support, yet there's still such a big stigma. While more people have access to care, there is still disparities left. Black and Latino communities are disproportionately affected. Stigma continues to slow down testing and treatment in both of these groups. To reduce the stigma, we must expand culturally relevant education, normalize discussions about HIV, and make sure that there's legal protections enforced. Media, healthcare, and schools all have a big role to play. Philadelphia reminds us that discrimination can be as dangerous as the disease. Films like this create public empathy and drive conversations that policy alone cannot make. Awareness, visibility, and justice are vital steps towards a change.